I mean, we're just gonna do what we're gonna do, and so here
Yeah.
we are. We are live, and on Bantu TV's the Diaspora Speaks. I mean, it's one of those special programs that we just thought we should, bring it on here. Come on live and speak our mind on everything that's going on. And I have here the co-founder of Red Tag Media, my brother, my partner, my everything, the most handsome. Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
Kumbina, me, you know me.
No.
Eh?
Co-founder of Bantu. Hey.
Hey, hey, and Red Tag Media. If you want to go, eh?
So anyway.
So yeah. Let's talk about I mean there's no easier way to start this show, but let's start first of all before we even talk about
Mm.
the Lusaka mayor
Mayor seat.
yeah.
Mm.
Let's start with the scenes that we saw in Mazabuka yesterday,
Mm. Mm. Mm.
where it was a remnant. I mean, I thought, where am I? Have we gone back to the PF days? What's going on here?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's going on here?
Mm.
Why
Mm.
would you let somebody? Why would you pick somebody who wants to run
Mm-hmm.
for member of parliament? That's his democratic right.
Mm.
Why would you beat him up? Why would you? Well, if I tell you that my heart was in my hand,
Mm.
I mean, I've never been disappointed in UPND cadres. Let me not
Mm-hmm.
say. Let me just put it the way it is. I've never been disappointed in UPND. I mean, I am a cadre myself, but why taking us back to those primitive days? That's
Mm.
with you. So let's start from there. When you saw the visuals, the videos, you saw Gary Combo, of course, that's what we're talking about here, being wrapped up, being beaten up, just to find a minute. Is this a Zambia that we promised the Zambian people we are going to be a government of laws, order.
Yes.
When you
Yes.
saw that, Rachel, I'm still processing. For me, I'm still processing. Okay,
Well,
so, go
well,
ahead.
like you've stipulated. It's so shocking. Yeah, that of course one we did not expect uh that somebody like Garin Combo to be treated in that manner. Now, we have to also understand, like, look, where is all this stemming from, and who were those guys?
Mm-hmm.
Niba nani bariya? Are they real UPND cadres,
Mm-hmm.
or are they just some people that were hired, to mask as UPND cadres?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so the
Mm-hmm.
different layers,
Mm-hmm.
to this whole shenanigan. But
Mm-hmm.
we, as UPND members, town UPND members, of course, we do not agree with what happened in,
Mm-hmm.
in the beautiful city
Mm-hmm.
of Mazaboga.
Mm-hmm.
We want to, of course, continue that
Mm-hmm.
same spirit that the president of Zambia said.
Mm-hmm.
I do not condone cadarism, and if there's any cadarism of some sort, okay, that is,
Mm-hmm.
of course, hinging on people's rights and interfering in people's rights
Mm-hmm.
or bringing confusion, my friend, you're on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's not the cadarism that the president actually uh, acknowledges. You can be a cadre, you can do cadarism, but in a respectful, meaningful, in a professional way.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the way we do here when we're seated here, we talk in politics. This is also a form of cadarism. We're
Mm-hmm.
not we're not insulting anybody.
Right.
right? We're not doing things that are crazy, like other platforms that you see people, insulting. But so for the most part, I think that was something that was sad, and I don't want to, preempt, but it was sad.
Right, absolutely, absolutely. Well, Lucia Kanza, for whatever reason, I can't bring you on. Maybe you want to try a different browser to come on so we can hear your views on the happenings back in the country. Let's bring in a new entrant, Martin Maliti. Uh, Please join in the conversation and tell us where you're joining us from. And for right now, we're starting on the violence in Mazabuka. What's your take?
That's really unfortunate. At the time, oh, sorry, I need to introduce myself.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm calling from Perth in Australia.
Oh, welcome,
Yeah.
Perth. Welcome, my brother.
Yes.
Welcome,
Yeah,
welcome, welcome. I got,
welcome, welcome.
I
We
got a
love
friend.
it.
I got a friend that lives there. I got two friends actually that live there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah.
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 So what happened is really unfortunate. Considering the level at which Gary has contributed to the party,
Right.
it has made some of us really to think really that if such a thing can happen to Gary
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Nkombo in his status and in his position in what he has sacrificed.
mm-hmm,
I remember very well during HHC arrest, Gary was beaten up by the
mm-hmm,
police,
mm-hmm,
defending the president, defending the family when he was
mm-hmm.
arrested. Now,
Right.
to see such things happen to him just because of small things which probably could have discussed
Mm-hmm,
and maybe forgiven,
mm-hmm,
you know, we have forgiven people like people who insulted us heavily. When I look at Sunday Chanda, who was eating on the high table with Lungu, now
mm-hmm,
dining, but we can't forgive our own. That
mm-hmm.
makes me really feel very, very bad about where UPND is going. But what I can take really, I think, is the president needs to sit down with Gilbert Liswaniso. He's the one who controls the youth.
Mm-hmm.
We need to solve this problem from the top. Just condemning it will not solve the problem. Just
Right.
suspending them will not solve the problem.
Mm-hmm.
We need to really examine the whole situation because this was one of the main campaign messages for UPND this year of ending cadalism. Now it's back in square one. We
Absolutely.
cannot we cannot talk about it, and that's very unfortunate. We have to talk
Mm-hmm.
about other things.
Mm-hmm.
Cadalism, we haven't seen it from the opposition. It's all from the ruling party. So, in my view, I think the president needs to go further than just condemning. Liswaniso really needs to reprimand Liswaniso as the leader of the youth to make sure really this is corrected before it gets any further.
Mm-hmm.
Because soon, this is the beginning of the filing. As we move towards August, people start defending their position. There'll be more violence if we don't solve this problem.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're
So,
right. It
yeah.
really
So
needs to be looked in the back.
in my view, I think the onus is on the president and
Mm-hmm.
Gilbert Liswaniso to end this. Let's not just condemn it on the surface. This affects all of us. At the end of the day, we are in politics because we want a better Zambia.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Whoever can give us a better Zambia, that's the person we want. This is not about. This goes beyond the party now. You know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Very, very,
So yeah,
very.
I'll give chance to others. I think that's my small contribution.
No, Mr. Maliti, very, very insightful contribution there, all the way from Perth. We're excited you joining the program. Well, let me bring in my brother, the one and only, who is in Indiana with me right here in the Midwest, uh, Dr. Jigonka.
Yes, my sister.
Welcome, 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 welcome to
Thank
the
you, thank you,
this
thank you.
this special podcast this evening, where we are tackling among
Yeah.
other things. We're starting with the violence, first of all, in Mazabuka.
Mhm.
The question to you, when you saw those images,
Yeah.
when you saw those youths disregard the rule of law
Mhm.
and the police watching um, um, the Honorable Gary Combo being tortured like that, I mean, these days everybody has cameras. Even the
Yeah.
police was trying to, which I found very, interesting. Like, why wouldn't you, help somebody who's being attacked? He was out there busy taking a video. I mean, we are coming from a background where UPND cadres were being beaten, killed,
Mhm. Yeah.
not too long ago. I mean, if I look, beyond my rear window here in my car, I see that. I see those images of kids being brutalized in the streets, buses being burned, vehicles being burned. Our own vice president,
Yeah.
Madam Narumango. I mean, there's a famous video of her running away from cadres, fear cadres who are trying to beat her up in northern
Mhm.
province. And this is happening right there in Mazabuka, in southern province.
Yes.
What
So,
I mean, what's your take?
God, I tell you what, I can see Wachanda is on the radio program tonight as well. Yeah, no, I
Oh
have spoken.
yes, we just had to throw caution to the wind.
Wajikoka buli twaza.
Kirigawo tumwali shauti.
Ipo
Okay.
twalia.
So
Mm.
well, I'll tell you what. Let me tell you. Let me just bring you back to the history a little bit. I
Yes,
don't have.
go
I
ahead.
don't know. I don't know much about the history, but I really like. I found the conversation Maliti was talking here. He was
Hmm.
literally talking for me because that's exactly how I talk.
Hmm.
But so I bring you back to Richard Kachingwe. Remember that guy?
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah,
Remember?
he was
Oh yes.
manhandled by the
Yes.
bulldozer and the team.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yes. If you go back that time, it will enlighten you that the peer violence was born right there. Peer violence was born right there because after that happened, President Edgar Lungu failed to have control of the country, and the country was taken over by these little militias, like what's the guy Kalimanshi and all these cadres and Boma Lusambo's people and stuff like that. After they manhandled the highest man of a secretary general of a party like that,
Hmm. Hmm.
physically and visually in on a video, it was all seen. That's when you saw that the history of peer violence was born somewhere around there, and going forward it was just spreading like fire.
Hmm.
Mm,
Yeah.
mm,
Hmm. Yeah,
So
I
this
even
is
forgot about that. Yeah, go
oh
ahead.
yeah. And I'm telling you. But so if when I looked at that image of Kachingwe, Richard Kachingwe was coming right parallel to the Gary picture image of
Hmm.
cadres touching him, putting their hands on the guy who actually was in the trenches with the president. You can imagine that, how much they've lost fear of anything.
Hmm.
So these cadres have been sitting down there and just like hibernating. And this is the time they come out. So they have all these little camps of of people that support feeding them, and all these camps. So there's so many of them. There was something in Chavuma happening, and now Gary's issue in Mazabuka and everything else. The president, I felt like that statement on Facebook was short. He could have gone further as addressing the nation in specific terms related to Gary's video. I think if you went there and say, I will not put up with this, I'll make sure people you are all arrested. Every one of them that were there supposed to be arrested and put in jail for this. And I think he could have sent a president, but he put a statement which is just like superly lukewarm, basically. It was so general in general terms, like it's impossible to even for him to point at what happened to the person that he was fighting in the trenches with. And that's somebody who is so popular for, pretty much like very well known by everybody else. I mean, forget about their fights and whatever is going on. But I think if it went to the point of putting somebody that at that level of a leader being handled by cadres, I think that's a problem if it's not spoken up directly.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So
I'm with
now,
you.
now what's happening is, again, the genesis of this whole problem that's happening in our party
Mhm.
is the nomination process. I
Oh yeah,
think
that
they
we
have
are coming to that.
really, really screwed up on that one, and
Yeah.
that's why you're finding people having like two different factions. There's in one constituency there's like several groupings, but when yet the person who has a certificate of adoption is somebody else. So this like Maliti said here. I feel like it will go on all the way through election time, and these little small violence eruptions that are coming out are going to just keep growing and growing and growing, and the president will lose control of the country and will go right at PF level. I feel like the president here is completely responsible for the country because the cabinet is dissolved. He needs to really control the police, control the army, and put this fire down completely. If he does not, he is losing control of this country, and we are heading towards bad places right now.
Oh my God. Oh, I hope not. I hope not.
No, I
I
mean,
hope.
I see, I can see that it's going to happen
Yeah,
because,
I
yeah, yeah, it's
I
going to
hope
happen.
not. I hope not. I hope not.
Mm.
I pray not. I hope
I
not.
don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a stone supporter of our president. I'm
Uh-huh.
telling you, I'm a diehard supporter of this man. But to see how weak he has shown on controlling situations right now, it scares me that this guy is good to control things that are already cool. But if there's so much turmoil, he'll probably not be able to. And this is what you have seen is a tip of an iceberg. All these Ikadas are going to erupt into all these constituencies. I can tell you, bloodshed will go down. If they don't control this problem, it's going to be a problem. They need to start arresting people right now so people do not do anything. If they don't arrest people, they just like say, oh, people are suspended. My understanding of these people in Mazabuka, my relatives in Mazabuka, I called them and said, no, these boys were called to the police station and all they did was give statements.
Really?
Yeah, nobody's in the prison for it. Nobody's arrested at all. I was
Wow.
shocked. I said, "You've got to be kidding me!" I said, "No, they actually went to the police station. Yes, they were going to police to give statements, and statements of caution was taken by the police, and the investigation is still going on. What is that to investigate when we all saw it?
Mm, mm, mm,
Well,
mm.
Like, are you serious right now?" And then I'm hearing today the Secretary General was having a general conference and complaining saying that they've expelled these people. No, arrest them, set a precedent, make sure that this is not repeated anywhere in any other constituency.
Right.
It's just like, what are we doing? What is going on here? I can't even believe my party can turn to be this kind of a party, to be honest with you.
You know what? I mean, I share the same sentiments. I share the same. I mean, I said when I saw those images yesterday, my heart dropped. It hasn't been the same since.
Yeah, no.
And today
Yes.
yeah. Today we are dealing with the other issue, but I think before we go there, but actually, I could hear you in my ears that you were you wanted you were itching
well, you
to
know what,
speak.
Sister Kalinda, look,
Uh-huh.
um, the way, the pace at which we're going into these general elections is a little bit alarming, to say the least.
Mhm.
It's a little bit alarming in the
Mhm.
sense that we may have a chaotic uh, 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 thing in our hands, but the president needs help. Okay, so I know, of course, right now he's the one in charge for everything, the army, stuff like that. He needs help. Whoever right now is, in position, the PS, all these other people, the DCs, they should take charge. The police, the police, the police should start policing. Okay, and I think the police, all in all, we need to go back to Bakapokora. If you meet the police, what happened to that? Because the police nowadays are mona. You know, see what I'm saying? But if it reaches to that level whereby wamona police nga chakutoba olupi kuyaponena kunani kusamfya. No? Okay?
Nacho kati ni wamalonda shiwa fya uti muna wose kidgats.
Wamona nga kutoba fya olupi wamjere shaka weke shepo na papa. Shaka weke shepo na papa njere ikala. You know, so we need to have that kind of police back in the system. Back in the days, I think there was a trend in the UNIP time. We started employing a lot of, people from the Western province to be police because they were tall and they were huge, because ingakada isa, for everyone for bepi, for right to kwata sana mawala. Ngana isa if you wala na munafe chikapoko chitali cha kunchikata fe pamutwati mwana pitiroko. You see? So we need to come to those kind of recruitments where to amunafa tikapokola le muneka fe, and then to avikira mana nikani nama incentives. To avikira mana nikani nama gym makampu yabo mulia. So that vale muneka go fit yako batikapokola le muneka fit. Okay? Just like the way it is here, people here, the police have funded well enough where they've got gyms, they work over there for free. Vale trainer muneka kapokola muneka fe, fit vilia. What kapokola muneka go fe kwati, kwati niwa ubomba kunani kade kusecure. So in any case, we need to change the systems, but this whole violence, yes, I you touched on something about Konka, that I think that's a good point. If we don't nip it in the bud, it's going to go, beyond this. But if we nip it in the bud, as much as right now, it would only take one word from the president and say, round up everybody that's making nonsense, lock them up, and then put all, security, intelligence officers everywhere in sharp, because we need to control it now. Because the violence, like you're saying, it's only happening in the UPND. Which is so sad. Why are we fighting amongst each other?
Yep, absolutely. I mean, it is it is a sad state of affairs. Well, let me bring in a new entrant, Lucia, my sister. For whatever reason, I can't get you in. I don't know if it's the browser or something or your phone. I'd like to hear from you too. Maybe I don't know. We may clear your cache and cookies now. That's a story for another day. Yeah, so let's bring in the new entrant, Mr. Lamek Mukonde. Please let us know where you're joining us from. This is the Diaspora Speak, and we are talking about the violence in Mazabuka yesterday. Your comments, your opinion, your suggestions. Please come in.
I'm joining from Zambia.
Oh, great! I wanted somebody from Zambia. So talk to us. Speak on it, sir.
I think the violence that happened in Mazabuka, it was not a good one, especially for what Mr. Gadi has been a big political figure in the country, and doing such violence to such person doesn't sit well with citizens at large.
True, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I think that's what I had to say.
Okay, great, great, great. I mean, we appreciate your submissions there, and we wish you all, a very peaceful election. Let me bring in Mr. Maliti. You've been too quiet over there. I know you're driving. Um, what are your suggestions? What do we need? Did I just lose him? I think we lost him. Hopefully he will log back in. My brother, the dog. Can you tell us what we need to do to keep this violence going forward? Yesterday happened, but now we need solutions. I mean, the president issued a statement. Was that
I
enough?
seem to have lost audio, guys.
Oh my goodness! Have you? Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Achkonka.
Yeah, we can hear you, Ratkoka. You can't hear us. Uh oh.
We can hear you. Just go ahead and speak. He usually has a problem with the audio. But
Oh,
Achkonka, just
Alex.
continue. Just
Yeah.
talk.
Just talk. We can hear you. Go ahead.
I don't know why I can't hear you guys.
Oh.
Suddenly I just dropped audio. Let me see if I can come out and come back in.
Okay. Great. Great. All right. Mr. Maliti is back. Mr. Maliti, what? Can you give us solutions to the violence?
Oh, is muted. I think he's driving.
He's
You don't want.
driving. I can see him drive. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I
You
was
don't want him to
driving
cause an accident.
and
No.
I
No.
came
No.
out of the studio accidentally.
Oh no. No.
Now
No. No.
I'm on
That's
hands
okay.
free. So
Okay.
basically, I think what I wanted to say is the biggest problem that we find ourselves in UPND is the culprits, more especially for Mazaboka, they are tied right to the state house. You know, this is the worst situation you can ever imagine for any political party or president.
Is that a
Because
fact?
how do you come out from that?
Is that a
You know,
fact?
whether those people were did it but because someone asked them to do it or they did it on their own, the fact that they are tied to the main office, to the president himself, creates a bigger problem even for the police. We can't forget the dynamics of Zambian politics. For a policeman to move in when someone is directly involved with the president, it needs the president to throw that person under the bus. First, get him fired, then hand him over to the police. That's what should happen in Zambia. Because those people, there is no way. I don't see another policeman touching those people, more especially that Borden guy. There is no way on earth that can happen. So if the president doesn't do the good thing here, we risk the whole country because this is just the beginning. This is the first violence amongst ourselves. The second violence is against our opposition, the other political parties. That is still coming because we're still in the election time and it's going to be bad. So I don't know
Are
really
we sure the
how
gentleman
someone
is
can help
tied?
the president because this is his job. He has to do his job. No one else can do his job. You know, that's my contribution. Mhm.
You know what? You've asked the question, Wakalina. You've asked the question.
Is
Are you
that a
sure he's
fact?
tied
Uh,
to State House? Because I
mhm.
don't think so. And more information has come out to say, look, at one point maybe he had gone to the State House and took a picture, but it doesn't mean that he works from the office of the president. He does not work from the office of the president. And if people, are perpetrating, that image to say, oh, because I'm working for the, that's another crime. So certain people need to be arrested. Okay. So the lack of the police to have that that's why I'm saying, look, intelligence needs to move in. Intelligence, like we're in election era now, in election time. There needs to have
Yeah.
intelligence
Mhm.
people dotted around everywhere. They should be around the intelligence people, and they should
Mhm.
even know, like before even those things happen, they should even warn the police to say, look, we suspect there's something that's going to happen today because you've got that intelligence, and they will know, oh, there's something that's going to happen. Yes, but if some same certain things like you're saying, that man, he it's allegedly, from no state house. I don't know, but I've heard certain people are saying, no, 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 he's not from state house. And so let's work on what we can work on, really. And what we can work on as a UPND party is intelligence. Let's put all the the arms, that are, the commander is still there,
Mm-hmm.
so he needs to give a word to say, going out and make sure there's peace and there's intelligence. I need to get real verified information, because people will start election time propagating all these things. They even pretend. Somebody can even just wear a shirt and like a suit and put like a suit looking like a card, saying office of the president, and walk. And then people will start being scared. Oh, no, no. But you have to verify. And impersonating an intelligence officer or an officer is a crime. So if
My
somebody is
brother,
impersonating,
my brother there. I think I have a very different opinion because, this is the information age we are in. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
no news doesn't mean there is no news. No news is news actually. Okay, what we have seen so far, we have seen that guy on numerous pictures, either holding the president's shoes. You can't just go to Zambia and hold the president's shoes even when he's arrested, unless you are closer to him. Those are the pictures we have seen. What is there for UPND to tell us that that person doesn't work or is not associated to the high power? Let's not bury our head in the sand here. There is a problem. We need to fix it. Okay,
I
that
agree.
guy always sees pictures at State House. I've never even been to State House myself. I was in Zambia for a year. I just wanted to visit the State House for a day so that I can have a feel. I never visited it. Do you know what it takes to go into State House? You have to be close. We are burying our head in the sand. Okay, let them be honestly, really tell us that that guy, they don't know him. Okay, how did they fire him if they don't know him? They know him from somewhere. You know, I think the president just needs to do his job. That's it. You know, it's not an easy job, but he has to do it. You know.
Ramaliti, I'm going to
All right.
I'm going to
Well,
jump in. Hold on, my sister.
you
Let
you
me
all
jump.
bring in valid points, and then I hope people who are running the affairs of the country are listening in, because this was roundly, condemned by everybody, every meaningful citizen of the country. We are all in shock. We're still shocked at those images, and yeah, but look at your brother, Bakazi. I don't know where he is, but he's posting it. Anyway, at Yashani Bakazi. Anyway, let's move on to the main topic of the day. The Lusaka mayor,
Who is talking? We are
race.
quiet.
Huh? No, I've moved on to the next topic. Can you all hear me?
yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, okay. So we are talking about the Lusaka
I think
mayoral.
someone was jumping in there. I think, but I didn't hear what you said.
Maybe it was the dog, or is it my brother, Mr. Lamek Mukonde?
Oh,
No,
I think that
I
spoke.
no, I was actually
Dog.
trying to jump in
He
for
is saying, but
Ramaliti.
I can't hear him.
Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, we can
Oh,
hear you.
you
Yeah.
can hear
So
him.
Yeah, I can
yeah,
hear you.
I was jumping
Okay,
in to
so maybe
support
it's me. So
um,
continue talking. I'm going to drop off and then come back.
okay. Yeah.
So just continue talking. Let me
Yeah.
drop off for a minute here.
Go ahead.
I was actually
Go ahead.
talking in support of Ramaditi. Ramaditi, your points are valid. I think you're driving in the same wavelength like me. So what I think really is the president himself to take responsibility of this issue. This boy that went to harass Gary with cadres, nobody knows his whereabouts. We all know that he had he had some kind of embodiment of power that made him stand in front of Gary or in front of the police and tell them that I can put you in trouble if you try and mess with me. So that boy, he has been seen with in several pictures with the president and other people. Forget about all that association. However, I think whatever this association he feels like he's affiliated to, I think it gave him enough power for him to do what he did with his cadres to attack Gary. So let them actually arrest that guy or disown him, disavow him in front of everybody against the world that this guy is not any of us. We don't need to start thinking maybe he was sent by the higher power to go do that, because that's the assumption that people are having right there, that this guy must have been sent from the higher power, or he felt like he was responsible enough to get out and do something that nothing of any consequence will fall on him. So that's why he did what he did. We know there's no way that he can just get from the street and go and attack somebody like that. He knew where he was coming from. So we shouldn't put our heads in the sand and assume we are not seeing we are not seeing. He's on several pictures with the people from the state house and the president and all that kind of stuff. We all know that. You've seen it. Unless it's AI, but I have seen images myself. I'm like, if this person is going to come from this place and do this, what would be people thinking? These people be thinking this guy has been sent from the higher power to behave like this. So since we know it's a bad thing on the face of the president for all this, he needs to come out there and ensure that this guy is disavowed in the right way.
Right, right. Yeah. There's nothing.
And I'll leave
Can
it
you
there.
can
I
you all
yield.
hear me now? Can you all hear me now?
Yes, we
Yes,
can.
we can hear you.
Okay, great. Yeah. Oh, so yeah, I mean, absolutely. Riding on the dog there. Yeah, absolutely. Including Mr. Maliti's submission. I think there has to be consequences here. Whether you are in the corridors of power, or you just like somebody like me who doesn't know anybody, there has to be consequences, because we can't have a country, that is taking us back to the 19th century. I mean, they look like savages. I was like, what the hell? I mean, bad vision. I still can't. I can't take that image out of my that of my mind yet. But hopefully, seeing Arsenal lift the cup on Sunday will soften the blow.
Uh-huh. you,
Okay, now
you, you,
let's move on
Mm.
to the
I thought you said you're not going to want to
yeah
talk about that
the.
before we lose
Let's
the
use your
internet.
Maryland. I can't hear you now.
Now, I thought, oh, you can't hear me?
Can you hear Batulupia? Anybody? Can you hear him?
yes,
Uh, yeah,
yes.
yeah, I'm
You
here.
can.
Yeah.
Oh God! So I
Mm,
have to come out again.
yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
wait.
let me come out.
I can hear you,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. We can hear you. It's okay. You can stay on.
Oh, oh. Valuva.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I can come in. You know
Okay.
Looks
the
like
issue
when
of
she leaves
Gary.
and she drops me too. So guys, I'm gonna come out and come back in.
Okay.
Oh.
The issue of Gary has drawn a lot of people who actually probably wouldn't even have voted for Gary.
Mm,
It has just
mm.
brought back a lot of people.
Okay.
If you look at people's sentiments, you talk to them on the phone, how they feel about this thing,
Uh-huh.
I feel like people, you know, there is no doubt about it. Gary was thrown in the dustbin, as he
Okay.
puts it. Everyone can see that. Okay.
Mm, mm.
But the fact that they added on that to go and attack him, it has just given Gary an appeal. People appeal. Whether we like it or not, Gary is a better politician among us UPND people. He's a
Mm,
better politician. So
mhm,
this has a potential to affect UPND votes, presidential votes, if we don't handle it properly.
mm,
You
mm.
know, the
Mhm.
most important in this election is to get 50 plus one. If you fail to get 50 plus one, a rerun will be difficult.
Right. Absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Absolutely, Mr.
mm, mm.
Maliti, you've hit the nail on the rightful head there. Can you all hear me now? I think Elon Musk is working against me. I mean, I've never had issues before using my iPad, so I don't know. I have to get out, get in, get out. Anyway,
Uh,
um, Maybe I should use my phone. I'll switch to my phone once I
Yeah,
calm
maybe,
down.
yeah. Maybe
And
use it.
I should use my phone. Yeah, that's Android. You know, that's why I have an Android. I mean, Apple. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about the Lusaka mayoral, race, which to me right now is a disaster. And to say that I'm disappointed is an understatement. So let's start from the beginning. Simon Mwewa, the blogger, the infamous blogger from Simon Mwewa TV, decides to run for mayor of Lusaka. He has a wonderful coin phrase that everybody is latched onto. It's called Iwe Dobab. So basically, it's, keep Lusaka clean. And can you all hear me?
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right, okay. So anyway, keep Lusaka clean. He runs. He wants to run for mayor. He chooses a UPND, and of course he went through the ringer. And now the question for me is, first off, the deputy mayor, what's her name again? Ketiwe Keri
Vaketi na Nyangwe.
Nanyangwe Keri, whatever her name is. Anyway, she throws her name in the bag. When the pot was hot, she came out. She said, "I'm withdrawing. I'll support the president's race." And so we saw yesterday, someone more, apparently he got the certificate of nomination to go and file in his nomination, which was supposed to happen. Was it today or yesterday, Zambian time now? I'm confused because we are 6 hours ahead, eh? So I guess that was yesterday, Zambian time. It's still today over here in the US. And uh, so Simon announces he has a certificate in the afternoon, and then later on, Ketiwe, Nanyang, whatever her name is. Anyway, she comes on and says, "Oh yeah, I also have a certificate." First off, let me just off the bat, I'm going to say this. I think the what do you call it? The part that's picking this candidate, the elections, whatever, mobilization unit run by Mr. Mufalali. Is that his name? The new elections chairman, national chairman. I mean, how are you doing this? How can you hand over two adoption tickets to two different individuals? And then you said this is the person who is going to run on the UPND ticket. I mean, it's confusing to me. I mean, I understand somebody was trying to tell me that, well, they're giving two because they're thinking if the first candidate run into problems, he can't make it, so then the run-up. I mean,
It doesn't take much to do a certificate.
oh, come on. I mean, I don't understand that reason. And what happened
I
to
somehow lost audio. I can't hear any of you.
you? Can't hear,
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
You
Is
can
it
hear us? Wachkonka?
no, Mr. Maliti?
Or is mute?
Doc, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you, but I can't hear Maliti. I think he dropped.
Oh, Mr. Maliti.
Or is muted?
No,
Is muted right now?
Oh, you
no,
are muted.
I'm here.
Okay,
Okay.
okay.
Then you're there. Then we can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay.
So where was I? I mean, why are we giving adoption certificates to two individuals? That doesn't make sense to me. And why? Before you come in, why? When you picked your candidate, why didn't you do a press conference and announce everybody that you picked? Because this could avoid this confusion to begin with. Because everything looks to me that it's been done. I mean, as somebody who is looking in, that everything we're doing in secrecy. Are we receiving kickbacks here? Why did we do a press conference to announce and then release a statement to the media and say these are the people that we have adopted? I mean, UPND at this point, you can even afford to buy, advertising space in all the newspapers and the radio stations and the TV stations in the country to announce who your people are. Why didn't you do that? Right, you can come in.
It's
Great question.
a
Great question.
sad situation. Sad situation. And this is not just the mayor seat that we're talking about, Vachitambala, and this is Vaketina Yangwe. No. It's everywhere. There have been reports of double adoptions. People are coming in with certificate on the same party, UPND, in Isana certificate. Now won't be only next Isana. So now the ECZ now, uh, they have even hold or stored certain polling or nomination centers to say can we verify this first? Okay, who is the real person that you have adopted? Because that argument that you're saying about Kalinda way, they would put two and thinking that maybe one would say this or maybe one would. I think whoever is running politics now, they're doing an amateur job.
Mr. Mufalari.
Okay, this is this is amateur era, and in UPND at the level that we're in, we do not need amateur night. Okay, we need to do things correctly. We need to do things precisely, and we need to do things in order. Okay, not the way that we're seeing things happening all across the country. People are complaining about people being nominated that don't want, or people being adopted, people that they don't want. Like there's a whole confusion. And if we are not going to nip this in the bud, we'll have a problem in the next coming general elections. And people, I'm telling you, the people that voted for the UPND, those are the people. But the first people, the first ones, we need to tap into those and that energy and bring it back. Okay? We're not going to see the millions of votes. The president will win, but he would not have councillors, certain MPs, and all these other people that are trying to force, on the people of Zambia, because people don't want certain people. But we don't want, colorism in a manner to say, oh, if we throw you, that I'm in Chapwa, or, I think they need to have some sort of a directive or somebody who's going to be strong, to announce or denounce certain ills and certain wrong things that are happening within the electoral system within the UPND, because abantu bakukunani kale ku secretariat kulya teti basayine bahamenda. Are you telling me you're going to sign 2 certificates?
You tell me. I'm confused, Ratsu. You tell me.
Know you? There must be something wrong here, or there must be some information that we're missing here. Okay? So if they can explain to that point, that would be good for us. But if you have double adoptions, it's creating a lot of confusion. A lot of confusion. UPND, we need to wake up on this one. Really. Like, let's nip this in the bud. I'm telling you.
So I know Bakazia is on the phone. Is on the phone also. Let me just contribute real quick on that one, Vachanda.
Yeah,
So
Bakazia, I don't know. He says I've sent him the link. Somebody sent him the link. He says you can't. I mean, you guys are using the same link that I sent, so I don't know why he can't get on. Somebody sent him a link.
No, I think he has joined, isn't he? Here I can see him.
I can see on the he's on the platform.
No, he's not on the platform. That's a comment.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
I just highlighted his comment. No,
So yeah,
yeah. So somebody sent him a link. He says, I've sent him the link that that I sent to everybody. He says he can't get in. So I don't know.
yeah. So I feel like uh I think what Danny yesterday said something that I was not aware of. This nomination process is marred by a lot of corruption, and I think
Right.
self-created corruption, and that's why
Yes.
you're finding people getting two certificates and stuff.
Hmm.
Believe it
Hmm.
or not, it is a source of the actual violence that you are seeing right now. Most places, like in Mumbwa, there was a violence. In Chavuma, there was a violence of people fighting. No, it's our group. That's going in, not your group. If you am Sango, but it in Tana at the polling stations. So ideally, I think when they started having people going with the physical ballots to vote for in their primaries,
Uh-huh.
and my understanding is that the UPND ended up creating some kind of a digital one on the phone, like people have to call in and vote for their preferred candidate, or you have to call for this number
Uh-huh.
if you want to do this. You are pressing this number. That can be, it can be marred by a lot of uh, malpractice, if you want to call it, because people can can manipulate it if you're digital. I think in Zambia or most African countries at this time, we are still supposed to be just doing physical ballots. It's just the
Right.
safest way to do it. We should not have introduced this in the middle of the fact that some people had already voted using digital,
Uh-huh.
sorry,
Uh-huh.
using physical ballots, and then you go ahead and introduce something to vote digital in the middle of the whole thing. It created confusion. Now, again, Wakalinda, you just asked a good question. Who is signing these double certificates? That is a problem. Whoever is signing is doing it intentionally. They should not do that. They should not do that. They should not issue two certificates to two people. Now, what has happened is that people that had vote the people that had voted physical ballots. Remember how those polling stations were posting those numbers? Oh, somebody's leading by 12,000 votes. Somebody's only 900, whatever. So
Uh-huh.
those people declared themselves that they are winners. So that's why you find that the polling stations, when they go kuma nominations, they go with their candidate, their preferred candidate, who won in a physical battle, and then from nowhere, the secretariat offers someone else a certificate because they had digital print of it. I'm like, this is crazy. This is where now all these fights are coming from at these polling stations that you're seeing. It's because the people have their own person that they thought won, and the secretariat imposes someone else. And this is where we are right now. This should not be happening this so late to the game. The game is in August, and we should not be having this. But here we are.
Looks like we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
Clearly.
Mr. Maliti, come on in, Mr. Maliti. Marcus, I've sent a link over here also on the comment section. Try that. Mr. Maliti, we're talking about the adoptions within UPND. Your take.
I think my audio was lost again. I can't hear anything. I don't know whether I can be heard.
Yeah,
No,
we can
we
hear
can
you.
hear you. I can hear you, Malichi.
Okay, you guys go ahead. I'm gonna switch to my phone now because I think maybe.
We can hear you. We can hear you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Hello? Can you hear us? I don't think he can hear us. Oh, no, he can. He can hear us. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, like we were saying about doctor, what you want. Uh, Ilya Shiri, we need to stress at the point. I think um, since we replaced Gary Combo with the gentleman that's there, that is in charge of elections, it's haywire. And this is one thing that actually we have to, phone, some people there and find out exactly what's going on. Why all this confusion? Like, why are we having like double adoptions? Double certificates. Like,
Yeah, that
it's
is a
not.
problem right
It's
there.
like it's not even making sense. why would people, be there and say, oh, you want to, you want to, you want to, can we somebody just make up their mind? And I think the SG is the person that actually has to sign, right?
I
Is
think so. Can you guys hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm using my phone now.
So, like I'm saying, I think the SG is the person that has to sign. So if the SG signs two adoption letters, like, isn't that going against, the company rules?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, is that going against the company rules?
Probably. I mean, what does the Constitution say? I mean, everything is written in black and white. There's a
Mm,
Constitution anybody has to
mm,
operate under.
mm,
You can't just make the rules as you go. You can't just make the rules as you go. There's a set of rules that any chief executive, any employee, or employer has to work under.
mm.
So I mean, for me, for Lusaka, I'm thinking if first of all, Kelly, if you're listening in, my dear girl, fellow woman, I think you threw in the towel. I don't understand what you're coming. Why are you sponsoring those facts? To try to destabilize the filing process at the city center. Why are you doing that? I mean, because right now it's showing to me that you are out there for your personal self, not the party. You need to look at the national interest first before your own interest. You know, Whereas bringing in voters from across political parties. You are bringing those cadres who actually on voting day won't be voting because they'll be drunk from cachaso that you're going to spawn. I mean, come on, did you see those people? Is this the Zambia that we voted for in 2021? Is this a Zambia that we financed? We sent money, support. Is this what we wanted? Let's be serious, Kerry Nanyangwe. Granted. You've
Yeah,
risen through the ranks. That national should come before self. This is my personal message to Ketiwe. So tomorrow, let me somewhere else file in the nomination because you withdraw, and then you woke up from the middle of the night. You had 5 years as a deputy mayor. What is it that you want to come back in the next 5 years to do? What is it? Can you all hear me, or I'm just rumbling?
No, we
yeah,
Can
can
we
hear
can
you?
you.
hear you.
We can hear
You
you.
know?
We can hear you.
Okay. I'm just.
we,
I'm just.
we can hear you.
I mean.
We were just
I,
consuming your information, consuming it.
Mm,
I am passionate.
Mm.
I've never met Mr. Moira, but I
yeah.
think he will do Lusaka great. He will do the party great. We need sensible people to come in and drain the swamp, so to speak. Yeah? We need to drain Lusaka needs to be drained out of garbage, out of all the garbage,
Yeah.
corruption, everything else. You had 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the president will find you something to do in the party.
You know.
But we don't need
Yeah.
violence. At this point, whoever is responsible for discipline, Kelly Hyder must be, given a suspension or something. You can't go and bring that from City Market, buy them chibuku, and then tell them, oh, come on, people, come on. That era of politics is gone and done away with.
So
Yeah.
my
It went
understanding
with the PF.
You know.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So my understanding of the
Yeah,
of these
okay.
cadres and Simon Mwewa is, Simon Mwewa is a civilized individual and is totally against
Yes.
this cadreism. It goes exactly
Yes.
with the same notion that HH preaches. No cadreism,
Mm.
no thugs in the markets and stuff like that. So evidently, we have been sitting here thinking that those cadres that were there under PF are gone. No, they are silent cells now in the markets. They have been silent sales in the markets. They collect money still, and they do all these other. They are paid somewhat the money from that's supposed to be going to city council. So when they heard that Simon Mwewa would be nominated to become a candidate for mayor, they knew that all those kind of things that you are getting money from, all these like proceeds where they are collecting money, is going to be gone. So that's why you see them coming up against him, because that's what they are told by the team, that what Nanyangwe's team, that use this person over you is going to make sure that you are all gone. So now they are fighting that this guy is going to take our livelihood away. That is why they're threatening him not to do it. They just
I
became
actually
sleeper
saw,
cells.
yeah, I saw somewhere, I think where I was reading that Simon has withdrawn his nomination. The problem that I see is a combination of both corruption and incompetence that is in the party. To be honest, I know I've met Nyalungwe Kate when I was in Zambia, through a friend. Okay. UPND has been wanting Nyalungwe to be a mayor because the mayor who was there was PF. So this is the background of the story. So UPND never achieved that. So some quarters in UPND feel this is an opportunity to have a mayor who is UPND. Okay. Which they can still do by electing Mwera, Chitambala. But the biggest problems are two camps. There is a camp which feels like Simon is the best candidate for Lusaka, but there are some who have been wanting to make sure Nyalungwe becomes the mayor. So all those factors are still happening in UPND. Unfortunately, if they don't adopt Simon, it will be very hard for UPND because Mwero has a wide reach in terms of coverage. And that will
Right.
work against UPND a
His,
lot.
his, his real name is
So,
Chitambala Mwelwa, not Simon
okay.
Mwelwa. Simon was the
Oh,
father.
oh yes. You're right.
Him is Chitambala Mwelwa.
Tambala. Yes. So the UPND will have to be very careful how they decide the Lusaka seat. A mayor is a very senior position. I think, in my view, probably it's either equivalent or more than the minister because it's 5 constituencies in one. So it's a very senior position. So you need someone to operate at a very high level. Because when you look at Simon, he knows how to collect targets. He has been in America. He knows how the
Chitambala,
system works.
Chitambala, Chitambala.
It's
Chitambala,
okay.
yes.
It's okay, Wacherufian. We know who he is.
Yes. So he knows how to collect a target because he has seen one in a civilized economy in America. He knows how a good market looks like. So you need people like that at the local level because you can't implement something you have no idea about. If you are going to say over a modern market, you have never seen a modern market. How are you going to do it? You know. So in my
Yes,
view,
because Banyalugo is out there busy applying lipstick on her Facebook page every day, selling her face. I mean, I don't even know what policies she stands on, seriously speaking. But I'll give it to her. She's very beautiful. She's pretty.
Okay, so efuna chiralanda niba chitambala. The reason why I'm emphasizing that point is when people go, in case one day, or maybe I don't know, maybe this time around, because we know everything is up in the air, we don't know what's going on. People they'll be looking for Simon Mwewa on the ballot to vote, but when his name is Chitambala, so people should know that muntu turefu adi Chitambala, not Simon Mwewa.
That's very true. That's very true.
That is that's a very
Yeah.
valid point. It's a
Because
very
Mhm.
it's a
Simon
valid
was his
point.
father, actually.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
Yes,
the
yeah.
mayor. He's a former
yeah,
mayor. Yeah.
yeah. So people will be going there to look for because that name is big. So everybody just call him that because of the building, Simpson building. That it's Simon. I do Simon. I do Simon Mwero. But that's not his name. His name is Tambala Mwerwa.
Yeah.
You see?
Oh yeah.
That's not his
Yeah,
name.
anyway,
Mm-hmm.
gentlemen, I think we should be wrapping up. I mean, the idea was just to have come on here talk for an hour. It's the middle of the week. You know, people have work to do tomorrow morning. I think we'll come back on actually I'll come back on Sunday with obviously we'll know who would have filed by the end of tomorrow, Zambian time. But yeah, we just wanted to contribute our voices to what's going on. These hot topics we couldn't just wait for Sunday to talk about them. So I think you guys are coming with your final points, and we shut the door and we resume Sunday with another exciting Red Tag Media podcast.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You all have a good evening.
All right. Yeah.
Yes,
Actually,
yeah.
it will be on a Saturday. So we always
Yeah,
have
it's Saturday actually.
Oh my goodness! Why am I thinking Sunday?
we always have our podcast in the afternoon on Saturday. But Malik, if you want to
Yeah,
join us as a
yeah.
very tag
Please.
media, we dive it into deep and go and decipher everything deeply, and we have discussions with various intelligent individuals. So Saturday 2 p.m. Boom. Let's make a date, guys. And thank you very much, Bakalinda, for this one. We just have to
Oh,
do
thank
it.
you all. Thank you all. Thank you all. Until you see me on Bantu on another special. Let's keep the faith. I think I'm ready for a glass of wine so I can go to sleep. Cha cha. How do I end this shit now? Oh shit. And